Hello, good evening all. I'm audible. Anand Sagar, your voice.
Yes, sir.
Is newspaper visible to you on your screen?
It's loading, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Now it's ready.
Now let's start with the today's newspaper analysis. First, we will check the world international affairs, then I'll go to the Indian news. So Biden to host leaders of Pacific Islands to counter China's influence. As we all know, the Indo-Pacific region has become very important in the last 2 decades, and have good relations with the countries that are located in the Pacific Ocean. So to counter China, yes, China is becoming a dominant player in the Pacific region. इंडियन ओशन एंड पैसिफिक ओशन के आसपास के जितने भी सारे कंट्री हैं उन कंट्री से उसको काउंटर करने के लिए अमेरिका हमेशा कुछ इनिशिएटिव लेता है. So what can see, President Biden to host the leaders of Pacific Islands, the leaders who are located in Pacific Islands, to counter the China's influence. So it will be
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir. Please repeat, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, आवाज ब्रेक होते सर तुमचा.
Are you also facing this problem or only Sagar is facing this problem?
सर आवाज काफी ब्रेक हो रही है सर.
इसको क्या हेलो.
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Right?
No sir, voice is still breaking.
Anand, is my voice okay?
Yes, sir. Now audible, sir.
Okay, fine. The influence in Pacific Ocean. US is going to help meeting with the leaders of the Pacific Islands. Now, as it is to go and check it out, which are the islands located in Pacific Ocean? Pacific Ocean में कौन से islands हैं और वो कहाँ located है वो आपको देखना जरूरी है. Question can be asked with respect to these islands that are located in Pacific Ocean. So, US is going to fund for infrastructure including undersea cable. So America is trying to help these island nations to build their own infrastructure, like undersea cable for internet facilities, etc. Because हमने देखा है is trying to create good relations with other countries in this region by some initiative. Anyone knows, Anand or Sagar, like which initiative have been taken by China to increase its dominance in Indo-Pacific region?
BRI, sir. Belt and Road Initiative.
Right. और उसके अलावा there is one more initiative which has been taken by China in building infrastructure in its neighboring countries that the other underdeveloped countries, along with BRI.
Debt trap diplomacy है सर चाइना का. मतलब लोन देता है सर और उसके बाद
Infrastructure wise, like infrastructure wise, Belt and Road Initiative, this is one that. Apart from that, it is also trying to build
RCEP है ना सर, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership.
I'm talking about infrastructure side. मतलब RCEP is an economic partnership. जैसे रोड बनाकर अमेरिका चाइना बाकी कंट्री को मदद कर रहा है, उसी तरीके से चाइना इज ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट अ मेरीटाइम सिल्क रूट. मतलब मेरीटाइम सिल्क रूट मतलब क्या, जितने भी सी रूट है वहां पर दोस कंट्रीज व्हिच आर लोकेटेड ऑन दिस सी रूट उन्हें वो मदद कर रहा है बाय हेल्पिंग देम टू क्रिएट द मेरीटाइम. जैसे बेल्ट एंड रोड इनिशिएटिव है वैसा ही ocean maybe it is creating certain infrastructure like cabling, etc. So that's what you can see. America wants to help those countries which are located in Pacific Sea by helping them in undersea cables. So that's what I can say. A 3-day summit is going to be held by America. US is going to give diplomatic recognitions to 2 Pacific islands. So which are those islands located in Pacific? That's what you need to know. Is it clear? तो आज आपको जाकर चेक करना है. You will go and check it out. What are all the islands which are located in the Pacific Ocean? Clear? On the right side, Manila accuses Beijing of placing floating barrier in South China Sea. South China Sea is again one of the important controversial region located to south of China. China wants to have a dominance in this. Philippines also wants to have a dominance in South China Sea. That's what you can see. China and Southeast Asian relations like Philippines, Vietnam, all these countries are trying to have their dominance in South China Sea. So Manila is accusing Beijing, that is China, of placing floating barrier in South China Sea. तो Manila क्या कर रहा है कि South China Sea में China ने floating barrier रखा हुआ है. That's what it is alleged. So just read this article to understand what is this controversy all about.
Sir, floating barrier क्या होता है sir?
Floating barrier दिख रहा है. Can you see it here? Chinese Coast Guard boats close to the floating barrier. Barrier मतलब they are trying to create some barrier so that the ships are not able to move in that region. They are not building the permanent barrier. They are building the floating barrier. जो तैरता हुआ barrier है कि जिससे the ship will not be easily moving in that direction. That is what is called as floating barrier. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now let's move on to the next place. Nagorno-Karabakh. Again, no, it is again in the news. As I always say, such type of places which are in the news due to the civil war, due to the dispute between any 2 countries. So that's what you need to know. The question asked in this exam about Nagorno and Karabakh. So these are the disputed area between Armenia, Kazakhstan, etc. So please note down these places. I have asked you to go and check it out where they are located on the world map. World map में वो कहाँ located है और आकर देखना. Clear? Question has been asked in this year's exam about these disputed places. Now let's move on to the Indian news. This is an article by the Chhattisgarh government. The election is supposed to be held in Chhattisgarh soon. So you can see the advertisement by the Congress government in GS paper 2. There is a topic called various policies and welfare schemes by the union and state government for the marginalized section of the society. सोसाइटी में जो मार्जिनलाइज्ड सेक्शन है उनके लिए अलग-अलग जो वेलफेयर पॉलिसीज बनाए गए हैं बोथ यूनियन गवर्नमेंट एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है. So here you can see the scheme started by the Chhattisgarh government for the marginalized section. So that's what we can check it out here. Which so name you can check all the names. Prime Ministry Yoजना, the Nirman started by the government. That's what we can come to know by reading this. Explain page is having information about the NEET exam, GS paper 2 topic, higher education in India. Especially medical higher education को लेकर क्या प्रॉब्लम है इंडिया में, that's what we need to know. NEET percentage is now 0. Why and what is going to be the likely impact? So please, अब ये मुझे नहीं लगता है कि such technical question can be asked you by the UPSC, but you need to know कि हायर एजुकेशन को लेकर, स्पेशली हायर मेडिकल एजुकेशन को लेकर कुछ इश्यूज हैं इंडिया में सिस्टम में. दैट्स व्हाट यू नीड टू नो. सितंबर रेन रिलीफ, मुझे लगता है कि मॉनसून इस सितंबर महीने में थोड़ा सा अच्छा हुआ. दैट्स व्हाट यू कैन सी हियर. The monsoons turn around after the driest August since 1901. मतलब 1901 के बाद अब तक का ये driest August था, मतलब very low rainfall in the month of August had soothed the food inflationary fears through the risk from El Nino still remain. Also supply varies over some key condition persist. So September, in the month of September, there was some relief, there was some amount of rainfall, and because of that rainfall कुछ relief तो हुआ है, but still we are going to have the problem of the supply side. So supply varies over कुछ commodities हैं जिसको supply side को लेकर कुछ problem है. We have seen that in inflation there are two types of inflation. One is called as supply side inflation and another is called as demand side inflation. Because of the problem, because the El already discussed, El Nino की वजह से इस साल बारिश कम हुई है. What is the impact of El Nino? What is El Nino? How it influences the Indian monsoon mechanism that I already discussed. El Nino is बारिश कम हुई, and it is going to have food inflation in India. इस बार food inflation इंडिया में बढ़ने वाला है. Supply side, some of the supply side commodities are problem because there is no problem with respect to rice and wheat and some other commodities. Because can you tell me Sagar, why India में rice और wheat को लेकर problem नहीं है supply को? What could be the reason?
Because of sufficient buffer stock है sir India में.
Yes, we have more than enough buffer stock. मतलब जितना buffer stock हमें चाहिए उससे कई गुना ज्यादा buffer stock इंडिया के पास में है with respect to rice and wheat. But some other commodities like edible oil or pulses etc. In this respect, we are going to have some problems. That's what is mentioned here. So there was irregular rain in India. It is having a benign effects. Anyone knows what is the meaning of benign inflation? इससे पहले भी हमने डिस्कस किया था. If you don't know what is the meaning of benign inflation, go and check it out. Benign inflation मतलब such inflation which is not, you can say harmful. That is what is called as benign inflation. Inflation between 4 and 6. That is what is called as benign inflation. So as per Harish Damodaran, it is going to have some benign inflation. That's what I can see. The September showers have been most beneficial for oilseeds, especially soybean and groundnut, due to far harvesting from this month end. So ये as per Harish Damodaran, it is not going to have the effect on oilseeds and groundnut, especially soybean and groundnut. But some other commodities will be having some inflationary pressure. That is what is mentioned here. Supply varies. Some three commodities, that is cereals, sugar and pulses. ये तीन important जो commodities हैं, इनको supply India में नहीं होगा. Yeah, there will be some problems. There will be some worries about it. Cereals, sugars and pulses, because the stocks are not enough in India. Rice and wheat have enough, the stocks in India, buffer stock. So GS paper issues related to buffer stock. So please cut this article and put it into GS paper 3 topic, buffer stock. Do you know this topic is there in GS paper 3?
Yes.
So India में कौन से commodities का stock कितना है, especially food commodities. That's what you can come to know by reading this article. Cut this article and put it into GS paper 3. All other important, food commodities like rice, wheat, chana, pulses, and oilseed, etc. उसको लेकर है. What is the road ahead? That is also India. The real challenge may be the upcoming Rabi season, where the water for crops comes from underground aquifers and dams. The monsoon rain hasn't been enough to fill the reservoir or replenish groundwater tables. The real challenge is in the Rabi season, that is in the winter season. So on top of that, there is El Nino. El Nino is persisting through the March 2024 to translate into subpar rain during the northeast monsoon as well. मतलब जो अक्टूबर to दिसंबर जो इंडिया में नॉर्थईस्ट मानसून की वजह से जो रेनफॉल आता है, which region in India receives the rainfall due to the northeast monsoon? Any idea? Yes, Anant. Which region of India receives the rainfall due to the northeast monsoon? Sagar, any guesses?
सर राजस्थान पंजाब किस रीजन में आता है?
Rajasthan, Punjab receive the rainfall due to the northeast monsoon.
Northeast. Sir.
The northeast monsoon, like winter rainfall.
Southern region, sir.
Yes. East coast region of Tamil Nadu receiving the rainfall due to the northeast monsoon. Right, Sagar?
Yes, sir. ठीक है.
Right. So you know, El Nino जो था, that was having effect on the southwest monsoon in the rainy season in India. जो India का जो rainy season होता है between you know July to September. But it can also have impact on the northeast monsoon as well. जो October to December in the northeast monsoon. It may also have the impact on winter season. For the farmers with already depleted ponds and groundwater reserves, it might make cultivation of rabi crops that much more difficult. This can also keep food inflation elevated till the national election. So 2024 के इलेक्शन तक महंगाई ऐसे ही बढ़ती रहेगी. That's what you know the expert believes. All of you understood? Was there any question with respect to the groundwater and water resources? Mains exam, there was one question.
Sir, तुमचा आवाज.
Write the answers of the questions of this year's mains exam. Not a single student has submitted answer to me.
Your voice is breaking, sir.
Audible now?
Yes, sir.
There was a question in this year's mains exam on water resources. Do you remember that question?
Yes, sir. Fresh water क्यों available? Yes, sir. It was, sir.
I have asked you to write the answer. I don't know how many of you written the answer. Anyways, मैंने एक model answer share किया था for GS paper 1. Do you want me to share same like for the GS paper 2 and paper 3? Anand? Chale, now let's go to the next page. The three Hoysala temples on UNESCO heritage list. What sets them apart? UNESCO heritage list 3 Hoysala temples को list किया गया है. Which are those? That is what is mentioned here. One is Channakeshwara temple dedicated to Lord. The other is the Keshava temple, which is in Somnathpura. Then third one is Halebedu, which is believed to be the largest Shiva temple built by Hoysalas. So these are the 3 temples which have been included into the UNESCO's World Heritage Site list. So please read this. There could be a possibility UPSC might ask you a question in this year's prelims exam with respect to these temples. There might be some questions asked in mains exam in first topic of GS paper 1, that is art and architecture of India. तो कैसे आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर से रिलेटेड लिखा हुआ है. लास्ट लाइन अगर देखेंगे इस आर्टिकल का, यू कैन सी हड़ेबीडू वाज रेडेड एंड सैक्ड बाय महमूद. अलाउद्दीन का जो जनरल था, he has destroyed this temple. That's what it is. So by reading this article, we will also come to know how the Sultanate rule was hostile to the Indian architecture. That's what you can come to know. Here there is one name given, K. Nilkanta Shastri. Can you see it on your screen? Anant? K. A. Nilkanta Shastri writes in his History of South India. So this book is very important if you are keeping optional history for South Indian history. You can come to know about this history of South India. He mentioned that the total number of the pillars is 46 in the. Please read this whole article to understand the South Indian temple architecture in India. The importance and significance of temple architecture in India. GS paper 1 topic. These temples are having star-shaped architectural style. That's what you can see. The temples are generally built on stelae, that is, and have several structures inside the complex. The walls and pillars are covered in beautiful sculptures that, according to Shobi, have rich narrative and descriptive dimensions. GS paper 1 ke liye is a very important article for you. Architectural style of South Indian temples, especially Hoysala architecture. Hoysala, you know, the rulers. एक क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था मुझे लगता है लास्ट ईयर इन पुलिस एग्जाम अबाउट द होयसाला रूलर्स, राइट? मुझे लगता है क्रोनोलॉजी में क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था, राइट? द करेक्ट क्रोनोलॉजी ऑफ द फॉलोइंग रूलर्स ऐसे उन्होंने दिया था. दे हैव गिवन अराउंड 4 to 5 रूलर्स नेम. So Hoysala is one of the important rulers in India, especially in the post-Gupta period, who have built some of the important temples in India. Clear? Important of Hoysala temple architecture that these temples are built on star-shaped platforms. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So what is the uniqueness of Hoysala temple that we can come to know by reading this article? Intelligence on killing the British Times report. So it was the USA who have given the intelligence of the British. That's what you can see here. It says that it has intercepted communications of Indian diplomats gathered by Canada. US looks to dial down the tension. Jaishankar takes swipe at Trudeau. So US is trying to dial down the tension between India and Canada. That's what you can check here. Supreme Court panel, which was established with respect to the Manipur violence, unclaimed bodies respectfully, if no king come. मतलब, those bodies which have not been, disposed, उसको respectfully dispose करने के लिए recommend किया है by the Supreme Court panel on Manipur. Prime Minister has compared Urjit Patel to snake who sits on hoard of money. Ex-finance minister, sorry, ex-finance secretary. Anyone remember who was Urjit Patel? Sagar, any idea about it? Who was Urjit Patel? Urjit Patel was called as a snake who sits on hoard of money by our prime minister.
Sir, any governor होता है ना RBI से?
Yes, sir. Any idea why Prime Minister must have said like this?
Sir, Urjit Patel committee established किया था sir, जो with regard to absorb the money.
Sorry, Urjit Patel has opposed one idea of the government. Government की Urjit Patel ने oppose किया था, and he resigned as RBI governor in opposition to that policy of the government. Anyone remember what was that policy? इससे पहले भी मैंने discuss किया है शायद आप लोगों के साथ.
गवर्नमेंट ने सर आरबीआई से ज्यादा मनी मांग रहा था सर, सो इसलिए उन्होंने तो रिजाइन कर दिया सर, उनको कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो गया था.
गवर्नमेंट से ज्यादा मनी नहीं मांगा था. एक्चुअली गवर्नमेंट आरबीआई के पास में जो सरप्लस था, सरप्लस मनी या आरबीआई के पास में जो एक्स्ट्रा मनी होता है as a part of CRR and etc., that money our government wanted that RBI should transfer it to the government, which was opposed by the then RBI governor Urjit Patel, because he felt that transferring such type of reserve or the extra surplus money from the RBI is not good idea. That's what he said, and when government has passed a bill in parliament और एक कानून उन्होंने बनाया और उसके तहत उन्होंने सारे पैसे अपने पास ले लिए, उस समय as a RBI governor, and that's what you can see here. So in that context, Prime Minister said that he is a snake who sits on a hoard of money. Anyways, now let's move on to the next page. G20 khatam ho gaya hai. So you can see this is again one of the feature of Indian society. G20 summit done. Thieves make off with flower pots. Flower pots लगाए गए थे दिल्ली में for G20 summit, वो सारे चुराए गए हैं by the thieves. Flower pots, lights, wires, all has been, it has been looted by the thieves. That's what you can see here. No FIR has been lodged yet. So please read this article to understand कि इंडिया के लोगों की मानसिकता कैसी है वो पता चल जाता है by reading this article. Now let's move on to the next page. UP is the state of possibilities, home to India's youngest people. Yogi invites investor to UP. तो जो investor है UP में investment करना चाहिए. That's what Yogi wants. Can you tell me so that any investor in state of India? Anand, what do you think? What
Sir,
things are needed for the investment in any state?
वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है सर, क्लियर नहीं.
Is it clear now?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So what things are much needed so the investor can invest in UP? Not only in UP but any place in India or any place in the world.
Sir, investors can invest when the location will be suitable for the every point of view regarding the business, like supply chain, like in supply chain, in transportation, etc. Manufacturing, there will be facilities for power sectors and water availability, etc. It will depend on the business, sir.
Okay.
The government should revise their policies and provide the facilities or some perks and benefits to the investors. Then businessmen can invest. If you see in the industrial areas like in Maharashtra, Haryana, or Odisha, government provides some benefits like power facilities, water facilities, or even some governments provide land on lease. So investors will be interested in the investment.
उसके अलावा सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो चीज है so that investor can come to any place, that is the law and order situation. अगर कोई स्टेट में law and order situation अगर proper नहीं है, then of course the investors will not be very keen to invest in that area.
Yes,
right?
That I told that government should revise their policies regarding the industrial sector.
Yeah, वो तो है इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर के रिलेटेड है, बट लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इज आल्सो एन इम्पोर्टेंट, लाइक कम्युनल टेंशंस और अनरेस्ट ऑफ पीपल अगर कहीं होता है तो वहां पर इन्वेस्टर्स विल नॉट गो टू इन्वेस्ट.
Correct.
Anyways, this is the one reason why the investors are not investing in the state like UP, Bihar or Madhya Pradesh, etc. One of the reason is that communal tensions. But anyways, Yogi government is trying hard to get the investors in UP. So he says that it is a state of possibilities and it is India's youngest population. So these are the two positive points of the UP state. That's what he is saying, and that is why he is inviting the people to invest in. ठीक है, तो question मेंस एग्जाम में भी पूछा जा सकता है, तो question can be also asked to you in मेंस एग्जाम.
Yes.
Now let's move on to the next page. New economic corridor will drive world trade. That's what Prime Minister said. तो एक नया इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर शुरू किया जा रहा है बाय इंडिया. So this new economic corridor will. So please. How this trade can be increased. That's what our Prime Minister has said. So please read this article. मुझे लगता है इंडिया मिडल ईस्ट इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर. प्लीज राइट इट डाउन. ये आपको चेक करना है. इंडिया मिडल ईस्ट यूरोप इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर which is a proposed thing. और कैसे ये वर्ल्ड ट्रेड को बढ़ा सकता है. That's what our Prime Minister said. So please read this article. India and United Nations has launched a global capacity building initiative. Global capacity building initiative. Please write it down. आपको देखना कि how India and United Nations both are trying to create some capacity in India. ये आपको देखना है India UN capacity building initiative. Question can be asked. पूछे गए ऐसे क्वेश्चन कि global capacity building with respect to global capacity building initiative. Consider the following statement. It is an initiative started by India and United together in collaboration. ऐसे पूछा जा सकता है. तो that's what you can see. ये आज आपको prelims point of view से देखना है. What is this India UN capacity building initiative? सागर आनंद आप रोज लिख कर लेते हो ना, तो points which I'm asking you to check it out. What is for prelims and what is for mains? So yes, this is for prelims. Now let's move on to the next page. Today's editorial is related to opening a door. Capital inflow बढ़ाने के लिए RBI ने कुछ policies बनाई. That's what we can see. India entry in JP Morgan bond index will boost capital flows, lower cost of capital and pose challenges for RBI. Capital inflow तो बढ़ जाएगा, लेकिन there are certain challenges as well for RBI. So ये क्या है? You know, ये आपको देखना. मुझे शायद Saturday also we have discussed about it. Index bond ऐसा कुछ तो था, global index bond. So what are these global index bonds? That's what we need to. Okay. Climate abdication. UK's backtracking on fossil fuel is telling. Developed nations words at global meets don't match action. तो जो commitment करते हैं by the developed countries in the meetings, it is not being followed by these developed nations. So their words and their actions do not match. That is what is mentioned here. GS paper 3 topic, global warming, climate change, etc. So whatever is promised by the UK in COP meeting, that is not being followed by the UK. So that's what is mentioned here. So please read this article to understand what is the climate politics at the international level. That's what you need to know. The last paragraph is very important. As per the Paris Agreement, इस साल के शायद मेंस एग्जाम में भी क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था. That you know, टेम्परेचर एक रिपोर्ट आया था जिसके तहत टेम्परेचर बढ़ने जाने वाला है और व्हाट इनिशिएटिव्स हैव बीन टेकन, ऐसे कुछ क्वेश्चन था इस साल के मेंस एग्जाम में. तो you will get some points to write the answer of that question by reading this article. Cut this article and put it into GS paper 3. As I told you.